Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market alert for Tuesday, August 16th. Global stocks started off the week on the right foot yesterday, but that optimism seems to be fading this morning. Strong earnings from Wal-Mart and Home Depot are being overshadowed by a weak GDP report from Germany. Europe's largest economy grew by just 0.1% in the second quarter, a sharp slowdown from the 1.3% expansion in the first quarter. The disappointing reading, combined with yesterday's data showing no growth in France, contributed to a weak performance for the European Monetary Union in the last 3 months. Overall, the Eurozone's GDP rose just 0.2%, below expectations and well off the pace of the first quarter.
Following the data, the euro is falling against the US dollar. The dollar is also stronger against most other currencies, and Treasury bonds are rising as investors look for relative safety in the markets. The yield on the benchmark 10-year note is now dropping back below 2.3%. That search for safety is also giving gold a boost this morning. It had been dropping from last week's record highs as fears about the state of the global economy eased a bit. But as those concerns come back in force, gold is charging back near those all-time highs, now trading at around $1,780 an ounce. And while economic worries help assets perceived as relatively safe, they're hurting assets perceived as risky, such as stocks and oil prices. Right now, light sweet crude is falling more than $1 to well below $87 a barrel.
Despite the generally downbeat economic news, we are seeing some strength from two huge retailers today. Walmart topped estimates with a 5.7% increase in second quarter net income, and total revenue rose by about the same percentage. The world's largest retailer also said its third quarter profit will hold steady from a year ago, and earnings for the full fiscal year matched analyst forecasts. Shares of Walmart are gaining about 2% on the news. Meanwhile, Home Depot is set to open more than 2% higher. Earnings at the home improvement chain jumped 14% as the average customer spent more. Home Depot also lifted its forecast for the full year for the second time. The results come after a disappointing report from rival Lowe's yesterday. The two companies are often seen as a barometer for overall consumer confidence.
A couple other stocks to keep an eye on today. Urban Outfitters is tumbling more than 10% after its quarterly numbers disappointed investors. But retailers Saks and TJX are both rising ahead of their earnings reports. And after the closing bell, we'll hear from Dell. Right now, investors are also digesting a report on July housing starts, along with import and export prices and industrial production. We'll bring you all those numbers and the market reaction after the opening bell.